What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Today's assignment is the alien life simulation. It's a little bit tricky, so I wanted to kind of go over it with you guys, show you how the website works, how the program works, and kind of what you guys are supposed to get out of it. So let's click in, go into first period. If this is going to load. All right, there we go. Assignments. And Alien Planet Life Simulator is what the assignment is called. The assignment is kind of similar to the Dingo game, but you're not really seeing it in action. It's more of just kind of a grid that's showing you what's happening, and I'll show you what I mean when we get this loaded up. So you guys will just click on the link. It's loading, and then you guys can open the assignment. And I gave you a pretty decent set of instructions to kind of talk you through, and the questions themselves guide you a little bit. Okay, so read through these instructions and then take a peek at this simulation, and it is still loading. Things are going real slow this morning. All right, so up top, if you check this out, you see lesson, and then you see producers, and you can change it to food web. This is something that will kind of give you an idea of what's happening. Like right here, you see that the squirrels, or whatever those are going after the bunnies, which are going after the grass. If I come back to the producers, it all is just kind of reset. But you do see there are these two shades of green out here, and that's because these grasses, if I click those, there will be none of those. There's nothing here. Okay? So this grid is kind of a simulation of what is happening in this food web. Okay, so if you see down here, it says that the brown is just bare ground. So where you see that tan or brown color, there's nothing there. Okay, if I come over here and I click one of the grasses, all right, so that's like some of the grass got planted. If I click run right now, that grass just took over. Right, you can see the day is counting right here. That means we started from day 0 and we're moving into the future. If I pause that, we can see if we just had one type of grass planted on the ground, there's nothing competing with it, right? As long as it's getting watered, it's going to grow. So that grass just kind of took over. If I click reset, everything starts over. That grass is still selected. Now I can pick this grass and this grass. Okay? So now if I click run, we'll see what happens. If it wants to catch up with what's happening. I have a feeling once it loads, it's all of a sudden going to be on day 100 because so much time has gone by. All right, there we go. So day 6, it's going really slow. Day 14, day 15. So this grass kind of took over still, right? So for whatever reasons, and we don't have all the details, right? For whatever reason, that grass was better fit, right? Or better suited for the environment than this middle light blue grass, right? And if we look down here, it shows us what happened. Within the first few days, by day 10, plant A had completely taken off. Plant B fell down, but still plant A hits a carrying capacity, right? We get to a point where plant A is just stagnant because that's as much as this environment can hold. And we're thinking this environment is probably this grid. So that's probably what, like the amount of pixels in that grid or whatever. Okay, so if we reset this, you can also say, all right, well, I want this rabbit to eat plant A. And I want this snail or whatever that is to eat plant B. Well, I'm also going to introduce these trees. And let's say, all right, this deer eats the trees, but it also eats the grass. Okay. So that means that this bunny's only eating this grass, the snail's only eating this grass, or whatever that is. I'm sure it'll... Oh, just plant B. Doesn't have a cool name. This deer or herbivore, whatever it is, eats the trees and this first grass. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. If I hit play, we see things are changing. Uh-oh. Looks like my trees are dying out. Oh, yep. I think my trees are completely gone. I don't see any of that bright green anymore. But from there, everything seems to have kind of balanced out. All right, let's pause this and let's come down and let's look at this graph and kind of see what this is saying. Over here's the number of the species there are. Over here is the day. Okay, well, if we see our plants see the trees, those died off quick. The herbivore got hungry, ate them all. See you later. There weren't enough of them. Okay, if I look right here, what is this? Herbivore A. So that's this critter. Okay, they found their carrying capacity, and it fluctuates a little bit. It goes up a little bit, it goes down a little bit, but it stays right around 600 or so. Okay, and then we see herbivore C and herbivore B. There's a little bit more of them, right? But they find their carrying capacity around 1600 and 1500 about, and then up here we see that those plants have found their carrying capacity. So what I mean by that is, like, that's just the number there's going to be if we keep going out in the future, because that's what that environment can support. All right, well, now let's say I introduce an omnivore that eats plant A and it eats herbivore A. Okay, because omnivores eat plants and animals. And then I have this predator that eats the deer, or herbivore C. Let's see what happens from here. Let's see how those graphs change. So it looks like the bunnies, herbivore A, which are now getting eaten by that omnivore, kind of dropped off. Okay, so you guys, I don't want to keep just going through it all, but what you guys are going to do is you're going to kind of build your food webs or your food chains based on what I say in these questions. Okay, so it kind of sets up situations for you that you guys can kind of run through. But also with that is that I know what's supposed to happen in those situations. So I don't want you guys just to go in there and click around and just write whatever you want. I want you guys to mess around with that simulation a lot. Have fun. If you like it, go for it. Make some crazy food webs, see what happens. But then come back here and actually do what these questions are asking, because I want you guys to see what happens in those situations. Okay? So this is the assignment for today, Alien Plant Life Simulator. If you need any help, let me know. Hopefully you guys are doing good. See you later.